All right, so I'm going to tell you guys a story of something that happened to me last night. So, I did the graveyard shift and I went halfway because my boss, he allows people to pick up half shifts if you want to do that, if you don't want to do a full shift, just to, help them out. So I did 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. Okay, so the shift was really easy, went by really quick. You don't even have to go into the units of the psych wards when it's after hours because they close, I believe, at 10. So I think technically they close at I think it's like 6 or 7. They technically close, but they don't actually lock the doors. Like so the people that want to become patients get a grace period from like 6 p.m. to like 10 p.m. So it's between 10 to 11. So, but once 11 hits, the door has to be locked, the front doors. So I did the shift and just did the walkarounds. I did my patrols, the hall patrols and parking lot checks. Super easy shift. Then then this happens. So really quick, there's this guy I work with named Galen. And, he's a cool guy, kind of goofy, really funny. Like, he's really awesome to work with, funny to be around. And he walks out to use the bathroom. So I assumed, and this was maybe 10 or 20 minutes before I left, okay? So I ended up leaving. So at 3 a.m. or like 2:55, 3 a.m., I started walking out to the parking lot. Keep in mind, it's like 2:45, 2:50, or 2:50, 2:55 when I got all my stuff and started walking out. So I go out to my car and I see this guy walking towards me. He's coming from the outpatient area, which actually does close at, I believe, 6. It's 5 or 6. Those doors have to be locked for outpatient, basically the AA meetings and whatnot. That area of the hospital has to be closed at that time. So there's no reason why anybody who doesn't work there should be out there. This is outside the hospital. And this guy is walking in a very strange manner, and I thought it was Galen. I stopped even for a moment, like I had my lunch pail, my my empty coffee can in my hand, wearing my suit, like the security uniform, and I see this guy walking over from the distance towards me. He had to have been like 30 or 40, 50 feet away, like 40 feet away, something like that. So I thought it was him. I smiled and thought, oh, he's just acting goofy, right? That's why he's walking like that. Like he's going like this with his head and walking in a very strange manner. Like I can't explain how he was walking. I mean, the guy was a crack addict. But anyways, so I walk over to my car. I open the door to put my stuff down, and I was going to go walk over to go say hi, to talk to him before I leave. Because he does a full shift, I did a half shift. See the guy's walking towards me, and when I turn to go walk in that direction, my face drops, and it just clicks, that's not him. I don't know who this person is. And the person is still in this weird walking with this, like one of his legs was made out of wood or something. He looked possessed. I don't know how else to put it. And it's 2:50 in the morning. It's very dark out there outside the hospital because they only have the lights that line up some of them don't even light up the street, like the side, because it's a street that's on a private street. So this guy's walking on a private street in front of the hospital. So what I do is I immediately get in my car and I hit that button on the door to lock all the doors. The guy walks up to my car, but it looks like he doesn't. Here's another weird thing about that. This guy looked like my coworker Galen, but he was wearing all black, and this guy looked clearly out of his mind. He was, I don't know what the hell this guy was on, but he was walking around, and he didn't even notice that he was walking towards me, but he never looked at me. I didn't even know if he knew I was sitting in a car, because the guy he kept looking around like that in the way, and then walking the way he was like walking and maneuvering. So I sit there for probably good 30 to 60 seconds, maybe. And then this guy walks past my door, and he keeps walking, but then he stops in front of the area where me and my coworkers park at to get inside to the security office. He stops, and he's just doing this. And I'm like, man, do I get out I mean, I'm already off the shift. Like, do I get out of the car right now and handle this? I said, you know what? I'm just going to text my coworker who I knew was in the office. So I text Mark and say, hey, there's a crackhead out here. But as I was texting this, the guy ended up hobbling from that area of where the front of security office is. He started walking away from the hospital because there's another side of parking that's behind. Technically, it's in front of the hospital, because where we're at, it's on the side. And then past that, if you cross the private street there, it's a line of apartments. And these apartments that the hospital is next to was really, really shady. Really shady people in that area. That's right next to the hospital I work at. Like, it's just a private street, just disconnects us. So, and then this guy is just hobbling towards that direction. So he said, all right, where's he at? And I said, well, this guy, he stopped for a moment in front, and he just kept walking towards the apartment complex, is just giving you the heads up. So I remember when I started my car to drive off, like, because I was kind of out of it, like, just from being so tired. And I thought to myself, man, it's almost 3 a.m. and like I like almost broke a cold sweat when I thought I was going to have to deal with that, because I didn't have a weapon on me.